Buenos días. Estamos iniciando este ciclo de webinars. Voy a intentar ver si puedo prender la cámara, que no me está permitiendo. Feli, no se está pudiendo prender la cámara por algún motivo.
Es raro, déjame que reviso. No debería haber problema.
Dice que no puede iniciar su video porque el hospedador lo detuvo. A ver. Ahí está. Gracias, Feli. Bueno, buenos días para todos. Mi nombre es Ana Vázquez, soy gerente de cooperación de ANI. Estamos haciendo esta serie de webinars que empieza hoy. Dado que a fines de diciembre, principios de enero, vamos a estar abriendo nuestra convocatoria a maestrías y doctorados en el exterior, y queremos dar a conocer los detalles de las universidades con las que tenemos convenios y donde se pueden hacer los estudios de posgrado. Vamos a estar toda esta semana con esta serie de webinars, que además van a quedar grabados y los van a poder chequear en nuestro sitio web. Y la idea es poder intercambiar sobre las distintas opciones de estudios en el exterior y las dudas que tengan sobre nuestro instrumento de posgrados en el exterior. Voy a hacer una breve introducción y después le voy a dar la palabra a los 4 panelistas que tenemos hoy, invitados de las universidades de Reino Unido. Bien. Entonces, como les comentaba, nuestro instrumento de maestrías y doctorados en el exterior está próximo a abrir este año. La postulación va a ser online en el sitio web de ANI. Les recomendamos que estén atentos. Se pueden anotar también en nuestro boletín de noticias para enterarse enseguida de que abra esta convocatoria. En el caso de las maestrías, solo se puede aplicar a aquellas universidades con las cuales ANI tiene convenio. Es decir, que van a tener que chequear en el sitio web del listado de convenios que tenemos cuáles son las universidades y los programas, en algunos casos en los que están habilitados a postular. Y lo que se necesita para postular es haber iniciado el trámite de inscripción en la universidad. En el caso de los doctorados, no es necesario chequear el tema de los convenios. Si bien tenemos convenios y en los convenios hay muchos beneficios para las aplicaciones, se puede aplicar a cualquier universidad en el caso de los doctorados, no solamente aquellas en las cuales tenemos convenios. Lo que se necesita en el caso de los doctorados es que haya una aceptación, que ya se haya aceptado la postulación a la universidad. En el caso de la beca, lo que cubre la beca ANI, tanto para maestrías como para doctorados, son estos 4 rubros que figuran allí: la matrícula a la universidad, el pasaje, la manutención y el seguro de salud. Son los 4 rubros en los que se puede solicitar fondos a la agencia. Y lo que recomendamos siempre es que chequeen entonces los convenios con las universidades, porque a través de estos convenios lo que logra la agencia es obtener beneficios para la beca. Es decir, que las universidades con las cuales tenemos convenio ofrecen, por ejemplo, descuentos en las matrículas, o exoneración en muchos casos de las matrículas, o toman a los estudiantes internacionales como locales, es decir, que eso también hace más accesible la matrícula y da acceso, por ejemplo, a los sistemas nacionales de salud, queda cubierto el seguro de salud a través del convenio. Entonces, fijarse en estos convenios para ver cuáles son los beneficios que se ofrecen y cómo armar las postulaciones, ¿sí? Hoy vamos a tener 4 invitados de 4 universidades. University of Lincoln, este convenio es específico del School of Life Sciences para doctorados. Después tenemos otro convenio con Queen Mary University of London, que son maestrías y doctorados. Y lo mismo con University of Sheffield y University of Dundee. Entonces vamos a estar dando presentación a cada uno de ellos para que cuenten un poco sobre las particularidades de estas universidades y de los beneficios que ofrecen a los postulantes de ANI. Cualquier duda que puedan tener sobre los convenios, nos pueden escribir a la unidad de cooperación, a este mail, cooperacion@ani.org.uy. También, si tienen dudas sobre el instrumento en particular, pueden escribir a nuestros compañeros de becas en becas@ani.org.uy. Ellos están aquí hoy acompañando este webinar, es decir, que si hay preguntas, las pueden responder también. Lo que les pedimos es que vayan poniendo las preguntas en el chat y nosotros las vamos a ir leyendo al final de las presentaciones. Ahora voy a dar la palabra a Fernando Montealegre de la Universidad de Lincoln. Bienvenido, Fernando. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí hoy.
Muchas gracias. Mi nombre es Fernando Montealegre, soy profesor de Biología Sensorial en la Universidad de Lincoln y soy el punto de contacto de las becas doctorales del convenio que tenemos. Voy a compartir la pantalla, déjeme aquí. ¿Qué pasa que no me deja compartir la pantalla? No es... Voy a desconectar aquí la cámara un momento. Ya, ahora sí me dejo compartir la pantalla. Bueno, voy a presentar una historia, algo de historia breve de la Universidad de Lincoln y un poco sobre los programas que tenemos. La Universidad de Lincoln queda más en las tierras medias, ¿cierto? Inglaterra está dividida en tierras bajas, medias y las tierras altas. Es una ciudad muy pequeña, colonial, muy linda. Se caracteriza por una catedral que tiene más o menos unos 1300 años. Y también al lado de la catedral, en la misma zona, hay un castillo de unos 1068 años. La universidad, pues por lo menos el área así como en Inglaterra, todo cambia y hay cantidad de actividades, festividades y se caracteriza también por un mercado de Navidad muy famoso aquí en Europa que se celebra a comienzos de diciembre. La universidad tiene bastante que ver, ha influenciado mucho el desarrollo de la ciudad. Y la universidad tiene mucho que ver con la historia y el mantenimiento de la catedral y la historia del castillo. Y las ceremonias de la universidad pues son en estos dos sitios, ¿cierto? Las ceremonias de graduación. La universidad cuenta con dos campus principales, el campus central que queda en el centro de Lincoln, y el campus norte, que es especializado en agricultura, que queda en las afueras de la ciudad. Tenemos un campus sur también, donde solo se desarrolla la tecnología de alimentos. Estas son las ceremonias de graduación, como les había contado, se hacen en la catedral y son muy amenas. Algo un poquito exótico, ¿no? Y en la misma ceremonia, por supuesto, son ceremonias de pregrado y posgrado. Al mismo tiempo, las ceremonias se llevan a cabo entre febrero y septiembre. La universidad comenzó más o menos en 1861 como un colegio de arte, pasó por una cantidad fue ascendiendo y fue cambiando de nombre. Fue oficialmente nombrada universidad en el 92 y cambió el nombre a la Universidad de Lincoln, el nombre que actualmente tenemos en estos momentos, en el 2001. Tenemos unos 1.500, perdón, 15.900 estudiantes entre, estudiantes de pregrado y posgrado, como ven, esa es la proporción. La universidad tiene un ranking nacional entre las 130 universidades en investigación, ocupa el puesto 51, en enseñanza ocupa el puesto 52, perdón, y en agricultura, que es el campo fuerte de la universidad, más o menos en las universidades que ofrecen agricultura en Inglaterra, ocupa el puesto 7. La proporción de estudiantes que tenemos actualmente es más o menos 11%. Y dentro del acuerdo voy a hablarles un poco sobre la historia los planes que ofrecemos. Este es el acuerdo que tenemos con ANI para las áreas de prioridad con las que las áreas de prioridad que se acordaron están listadas allí. Y en este acuerdo entra un 50% en el costo de la matrícula durante los 4 años de estudio, los programas doctorales. Y voy a hablarles un poquito de los programas que ofrecemos a continuación. El departamento, aquí se llaman escuelas, es Escuela de Ciencias de la Vida y Ciencias de la Tierra en este momento, y esa escuela está dividida en 2 departamentos, el Departamento de Ciencias de la Vida y el Departamento de Geografía. Voy a ir rápidamente a presentar lo que tenemos en el Departamento de Ciencias de la Vida. Tenemos ciencias biomédicas, y en ciencias biomédicas, pues, una cantidad de focos en diferentes tipos de enfermedades infecciosas, en cáncer, en envejecimiento, en la enfermedad de Parkinson. Tenemos también un grupo de biotecnología y nanobiotecnología, el propósito son la síntesis y la caracterización de nuevos nanomateriales para uso terapéutico y todo esto. En la parte de abajo pueden encontrar, yo creo que ustedes van a tener acceso a la presentación o quizás al video que están en estos momentos grabando los directivos de ANI. Pueden encontrar los puntos de contacto de los directores de cada programa. Aquí en Animal, en comportamiento animal y animales de compañía, tenemos un área muy grande liderada por el profesor Daniel Mills en todo tipo de investigaciones a nivel emocional, trabajo aplicado en comportamiento de animales, bienestar animal, etc. Aquí pueden encontrar el link, el enlace de estos programas. En evolución y ecología es el área, es un área fuerte que tenemos en el sentido de publicaciones, investigación. Tenemos en ecología de plantas y en interacción planta-animal, plantas, sobre todo con insectos. Aquí están los contactos de los colegas que hacen eso. Tenemos también un área fuerte en paleontología, en cuantificación de transformaciones morfológicas, en biomecánica, y con estos 2 colegas trabajando extensamente en eso. Tenemos también el grupo de conservación de mamíferos superiores. Tenemos investigación en otras partes en esta área. El director del punto de contacto es mi colega Carl Salisbury. En biofísica y biomecánica, que es el área en que yo trabajo, aquí tenemos biofísica de nivel molecular o nivel celular, a animales muy grandes, hasta pasando a insectos, hasta dinosaurios. Este es el grupo de ecología y de Physical Ecology se llama, que trabajan en este campo, dirigido por el profesor Stuart Humphreys. Tenemos una especialidad que es en visión, en color, en percepción del ambiente, no solo en insectos aquí como lo estamos mostrando, pero también en mamíferos, usando realidad virtual y otro tipo de enfoques. Este es el área que yo trabajo con oído en animales, cómo los animales perciben ultrasonidos, y mi especialidad es insectos, usando vibrometría láser y tratando de sacar modelos de estos oídos para crear sensores acústicos de aplicación industrial. Tenemos otra área que es en la investigación en biomecánica, en saltos de animales, investigación sobre proteínas elásticas. Proteínas elásticas son de mucho interés ahora en la industria. En las grandes marcas Nike y Adidas están detrás de estas proteínas que forman los insectos, y hasta ahora no se han podido sintetizar en masa. Este es uno de los programas que tenemos en este momento, liderado por Greg Sutton. En agricultura y tecnología de alimentos, tenemos bastante interacción con industria. Tenemos programas interdisciplinarios con robótica y ciencias de la computación en la industria de fabricación de alimentos, en microbiología de alimentos. Aquí tenemos las dos personas que pueden servir de contactos en caso de que alguien esté interesado. Y finalmente, en geografía. Geografía es un área nueva en la universidad. Estamos hablando de más o menos unos 7 años para acá, que se formó. Entonces, por ahora están fusionadas con nosotros en ciencias de la vida, mientras crecen como un departamento sólido. Y ellos trabajan pues en diferentes áreas, algunas de las cuales encajan en el acuerdo que tenemos con el ANI en Uruguay. Y esto es todo lo que quería por mostrarles. Si tienen alguna pregunta, por favor.
Gracias, Fernando. En
Eh,
realidad,
sí, sí terminé a tiempo. Yo
sí,
no.
perfecto, perfecto, muy
Ah,
bien.
por eso decidí dar la
Yo tengo
charla en
una
el.
pregunta porque desde ANI estamos muy interesados siempre en contemplar programas que tengan un buen vínculo con el sector productivo, y tú mencionaste algunos estudios sobre bioacústica y sobre elasticidad, si no entendí mal, que
Sí.
tenían aplicación muy concreta en el sector industrial. ¿Cómo tienen algún vínculo ustedes con empresas? ¿Cómo hacen esa transferencia?
Tenemos colaboración por ejemplo, con la Universidad de Strathclyde. Tenemos colaboración. Ellos tienen la parte de ingeniería, donde están ahorita produciendo membranas, imitando membranas de oídos, por ejemplo. eh, Están produciendo estas membranas que se pueden implementar las están imprimiendo en 3 dimensiones. No es tan fácil como lo estoy diciendo, ¿no? Pero la idea es, entonces, están produciendo esta membrana para sacar modelos acústicos. En la parte en que yo estoy trabajando es sensores acústicos con alta direccionalidad. Esto tiene que ver con sensores de seguridad, por ejemplo, en el robo de animales. Aquí hay avijeo, créanlo, ¿no? Aquí, ¿no es cierto? Entonces, un sensor donde diga exactamente dónde está pasando, dónde está ocurriendo el daño, dónde hay intervención humana, por ejemplo, en cacería ilegal, todo ese tipo de cosas. Esa es mi idea. Y la otra parte en la que estamos involucrados es en lo de las proteínas elásticas. Estas proteínas se llaman, la más elástica creo que se llama resilina, se llama, y estamos investigando esta proteína a ver si se puede producir en masa. Hasta ahorita solo se ha podido sintetizar un miligramo unos cuantos miligramos de esa proteína. Pero sí, esa es la idea. Ahorita nos estamos metiendo bastante por lo de la impresión en 3 dimensiones a nivel de estas proteínas. Sí. ¿Alguna otra pregunta? De pronto en otros
Gracias.
Gracias.
No tenemos ninguna pregunta por ahora en el chat, de todas maneras pueden ir haciéndolas a medida que vayan avanzando
Bueno.
las presentaciones. Y entonces vamos a dar paso a la Universidad de Queen Mary, Anita Walton. Anita, would you prefer to speak English or Spanish? It's your choice.
I'm afraid I don't speak Spanish, so it's going to have to be English, Anna.
No problem, that's
Thank
fine.
you. Yes.
Great. Fernando, could you please stop sharing so that Anita can share her presentation? Fernando, necesitamos que dejes de compartir la presentación.
Disculpen, denme un segundo.
Gracias. Ahí está. Muy bien, gracias.
¿Se salió ya?
Anita, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Did it work?
Yes, fine. Great.
Okay, because I can't see what I'm sharing on my screen. I'm going to try and change the view. Just bear with me a moment. No, it's not letting me change. Never mind. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Anita. I'm a regional manager for Latin America here at Queen Mary University of London. I have a picture of our main Queen's building in front of us here. Today is the first day that it snowed in London, so I just wanted to share that with you. It's not often that happens these days in particular. So this is our main building. Obviously, we'll welcome students from Uruguay, but today my presentation will be very, very brief, and I'm just going to introduce the university. I'm not going to talk too much about various areas of research. We have a very extensive website where everything is presented, but just a little bit about us, okay? And you can see the part of our campus behind me as well. So let's move on. So Queen Mary University of London is a research intensive university with a difference, one that opens doors of opportunity to anyone with the potential to succeed, pretty much anyone that's qualified to come to our university. We're ranked 125th in the world, top 20 in UK, and first in England for social mobility. We have over 32,000 students on degree programs of various subjects, close to 4,500 members of staff. And we are very, very international university with over 170 different nationalities being represented on our campuses, mainly in London, but we also have a campus in Malta, Paris, Singapore, and China. And we have been working with Annie since 2018, pleased to say. In terms of our history, we have a very long history, being established in 1785. Our roots are in 4 colleges, 2 of which are medical colleges, London Hospital Medical College, the oldest teaching hospital in UK, and St. Bartholomew's Medical College, I can't speak. Westfield College and Queen Mary College are 2 colleges that pioneered education for women and the working classes in London at a time when this was mainly the privilege to be educated at university level and was not available to everyday folk, if you like. We also pride ourselves on having 9 Nobel Prize winners, most of them in the field of medicine. I've already mentioned the body of our students and nationalities. I'm based in a global engagement team here in London, but we have other regional offices throughout the world, in India, Malaysia, China, Pakistan, and the US. And also 190,000 alumni in the world. We are part of the Russell Group universities, akin to Ivy League in the States, if you like, and we pride ourselves on the quality of education that we provide, and particularly quality of research that we do, being in top 10 in UK. We're also part of University of London, which is a federation of 17 plus universities in and around London. And that means having extensive facilities and access to lots of different libraries, in addition to 3 of our own. And obviously, London has been ranked best city in the world to study for the 3rd year running. So it's an exciting area to go and study and explore, and perhaps explore nearby countries that are very quick train ride up and down UK, as well as Europe, and even, you know, the likes of Africa, which is only a couple of hours plane journey. We've already mentioned the rankings. So just to tell you a little bit about our portfolio of what we teach. Our faculties are split into 3, so humanities and social sciences, science and engineering, and medicine and dentistry. Medicine and dentistry being in its own criteria, with lots of different, very interesting research being conducted there. A lot of our students focus on science and engineering. At the moment, we have a couple of students from Uruguay studying within business and management school as well. So lots of different subject areas. There's a lot of interdisciplinary work being done more and more within these, but just to mention, the key difference between business and management and economics and finance is there are School for Economics does liaise very closely with the industry, and is more and more approaching graduates from mathematical sciences, and also giving utilizing equipment, Bloomberg equipment and things like that. So some of our master's students have access to a pot of money where they can be playing with investments. That's something that's interesting to get involved in if you are looking into that kind of career. English and drama consistently top in the country. Languages, linguistics, and film, quite a lot of different, again, interdisciplinary work being done there. And maybe it's also worth mentioning the new courses that we do in translation. Geography is human geography, history is basically split according to the levels and time periods within history. So we have niche courses such as medieval history. I don't know if that's of interest to anybody. Law is one of the most popular subjects. At Queen Mary, we specialize in commercial law studies, and our team lead for Center for Commercial Law Studies alumni chapter in Uruguay is Santiago, a very nice chapter I could perhaps put you in touch with if you're interested in pursuing law career. Politics and international relations are affiliated with our Mile End Institute, where our students get the opportunity to speak with key figures in politics. Science and engineering, probably the most predominant interest currently is artificial intelligence. We only have the only advanced robotics course in the country. Mathematical sciences and data science is seeping into physics and chemical sciences as well. Medicine and dentistry, I'm not going to dwell too much on that, other than perhaps mention key courses are perhaps global health and some courses within the first Cancer Institute in the country. And here you can see some of the buildings these are taking place in. Just to give you an idea of different faculties, where they are based on a map of London Underground. Most of the teaching takes place at Mile End, number 1, towards the east of the city. Centre for Commercial Law Studies is in Lincoln's Inn Fields in the heart of legal London, and then 2 medical schools are between Whitechapel and Charterhouse Square in the city as well. This is our campus, the Mile End campus, the main campus, which houses most of our undergraduate students, certainly international students. Postgraduate accommodation is a couple of stops away in Stratford, the old site of the 2012 Olympic Games. And up above you can see Whitechapel campus, School of Medicine and Dentistry, and the city right above it, with the Shard pointy tower that signifies London Bridge area. And our campus is fully integrated. Anything that you'd see in purple are academic departments. Anything that you see in red either side of the campus is undergraduate accommodation. And then you have lots of different facilities, such as libraries, such as health centre on Geography Square, sort of in the middle. And we are giving up for the first time the Queen's Building, the first photo that you've seen, to students, and administration for the university has moved slightly in between Mile End and Whitechapel now. There are lots of different things that I will mention now. So Career Centre is probably the most significant thing for new students and graduates to get in touch with. So our students get access to University of London Careers Centre on our Mile End campus for up to 2 years after graduation, and obviously from day one coming to the university. The health centre also I haven't mentioned, lots of different cafes, restaurants, advice and counselling who assist with the visa process as well, gym, libraries, and so on. What is required for the application, depending on what you're applying on for. So in terms of masters students, they need application form completed from any of our courses listed on the website. And you would submit degree transcripts and the diploma if you have, so titular with grades 7 to 9 are a good start. Referee details, unless you have a reference that you can upload with your application, a statement of purpose, or we like to call it motivation letter as well, your CV, naturally, especially if you're doing a PhD, an English language certificate, or date that you will be taking your English language exam. We accept exams such as IELTS, PTE, Cambridge, proficiency, and advanced. So there are lots of different options listed on our website. That is pretty much all from me. Obviously, feel free to contact me if you have any queries about entry requirements. Our partnership manager is Flora, so her contact is here as well. My one, for easy reference, I've put it down as Latin America at qmul.ac.uk. Yeah, the only other thing I would mention is obviously PhD students know that they have to write a research proposal and ideally identify an academic whose research interests are similar to their own and speak to them directly at that level. And I'd be happy to take any questions now or at the end.
Great, Anita, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Pueden poner preguntas en el chat, en inglés o en español, las vamos traduciendo. Y vamos a continuar ahora entonces con Tony Dolby from University of Sheffield. Welcome, Tony.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me here today. I'll be speaking in English, so I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the University of Sheffield. My contact details are on the screen, so if you do want to get in touch, feel free. So to give you a little bit of information about the University of Sheffield, we are a leading global university. We are ranked within the world's top 100, and we've also been ranked one of the most 50 international universities in the world. In terms of the size of our university, we have around 30,000 students studying with us from over 150 different countries. We are a member of the prestigious Russell Group, which is a group of research-intensive and research-focused universities in the UK. And due to that, 92% of our research has been ranked in the top two categories, so world-leading or international excellent, in the latest research excellence framework. So if you're looking to do that kind of postgraduate level study, then Sheffield may be a great choice for you. Just to continue on the research that we do for anyone that is joining the session today that's potentially interested in a PhD, we have 4 flagship research institutes at the University of Sheffield. These institutes, the aim is to bring together the key strengths that we have as an institution and to turn the research that we do and all the things that we're collaborating on into solving real world problems. So we have our Energy Institute, our Neuroscience Institute, the Institute for Healthy Lifespan, and the Institute for Sustainable Food. And just to give you an idea of some of the research that's happened in these 4 flagships over the last few years. So with our Energy Institute, some of our staff have been working on ways to reconstruct a nuclear meltdown. So looking at ways that in the future we can hopefully look at Chernobyl and Fukushima in ways to safely deconstruct those power plants. Other things we've done is worked on gene therapy pathways to protect us from cancers and dementias. That was done through our Neuroscience and Healthy Lifespan Institute. And then finally, through our Institute for Sustainable Food, some of our scientists have developed a way to use climate resilient beans for people that live in countries where, you know, they have lots of drought, so that we can use less water and farmers can still grow their crops. Obviously, with climate change happening, this is a really big issue that we face globally. So that's just to give you an idea of some of the things that we do as an institute. In terms of studies though, we have 5 different faculties, which are the faculties of Science, Engineering, Medicine, Dentistry and Health, Arts and Humanities and Social Sciences. And within those 5 faculties, we have 50 different departments. We offer various different types of study, everything from engineering to management, to looking at, you know, anything that you kind of want to study. We do offer a lot of those things. And I've just given you some rankings here of some of the areas that we are highly ranked in at Sheffield. So as you can see in various different league tables, we're ranked first in the UK for medicine, aerospace, engineering, construction, and planning, chemical engineering and zoology. And then the other subjects to the right of that are the areas where we're in the top 5. I won't read them all out, but obviously if you want to find out more information about the study areas that we have and the rankings, then you can see all that information on our web pages. In terms of coming to Sheffield, we hope that you're going to obviously have an amazing time academically, but what we really want to focus on is getting you to that next level in your career trajectory and preparing you for the world of employability. So again, I've just got some figures to highlight the emphasis that we do put on that, both throughout your studies and after you've graduated, to help you get to where you want to be in terms of your career plans. So we are one of the top 10 universities targeted by graduate employers. We have one of the top 5 career services in the UK, and that is voted for by students, which I think says a great deal about the support that you are receiving once you're here studying with us. And then once the students have completed a degree, 96% of our graduates have been in work or further study within 6 months of finishing their studies, which is really great, really high percentage, and shows that obviously the work that we do, the recognition that you have as a degree from Sheffield, allows a lot of our students to go straight into that work or further study if they're wanting to pursue a PhD if they've done a master's. And here's just a list of some of the companies that our graduates have gone on to work for in the past. So as you can see, some really global companies, so Santander, the Bank of America, HP, BAE Systems. So we have some really great links with these industry partners. But obviously, if you're wanting to work for, the more kind of smaller companies, often a lot of our students do go to work for those more small, medium enterprises, both in the UK and overseas as well. And just to kind of touch on some of the ways that we help you as a student at Sheffield, some of our courses offer paid placements, or you have the opportunity to do volunteering whilst you're studying. As an international student, you can also work part-time up to 20 hours per week, and that is for paid work. So you may be working within the university, you may be working with outside of the university, but you do have the option to work. Obviously, your studies are the main thing that you're here for, but you can get those extra experiences as well. In terms of once you've finished your degree, the UK last year introduced the graduate immigration route, which is a route to allow students who have completed a degree in the UK to stay in the UK if they so desire. So there's lots of opportunities for you to get work, and our career service does really put that experience in there and that bring their expertise, and they can help you with writing CVs, preparing for interviews, finding jobs, and they'll also help you all the way throughout your life. So once you've graduated, you can still come back to our career service and ask them for guidance if you're thinking of changing careers or you're wanting to look for a new challenge. And here's just some examples of some of our former alumni from Latin America, and what they've gone on to study. So yeah, some really great things that they've gone on to do in various different companies. In terms of Sheffield as a city, you may never have heard of it before and wondering where it is. So in terms of location of the UK, Sheffield is located in the heart of the UK. We're in the region of Yorkshire, which is a really beautiful region, if I do say so myself, but I have lived here for the majority of my life. Sheffield is England's 4th largest city, so it has all of the typical amenities that you would expect of a normal city. But what's great is there's a lot of natural beauty around the city of Sheffield. It's about 2 hours away from London on the train, and the closest international airport is Manchester Airport. Sheffield is the 3rd most affordable student city in the UK, which is great if you're budget conscious. There's lots of things like student discounts available on food, on groceries, on restaurants, on public transport. So coming to Sheffield, your money can go a little bit further than compared to some other cities in the UK. As I mentioned, we have a lot of natural beauty in the city of Sheffield, and a lot of this is due to the Peak District, which is a national park. It's about a 20-minute drive out of the city centre. So in Sheffield, you've got that mixture of city life and then outdoorsy type of things. If you like to go for walks or climbing, it's really beautiful. Other things to do in the city, we host various different festivals. So we have a music festival every year, we have documentary festivals, and we have food and film festivals, so lots of things happening to keep you occupied in your free time. In terms of our collaboration with Annie, here is the list of the kind of priority subjects that we have an agreement with Annie with. In terms of our discounts, we offer a 10% discount for master's students and a 15% discount for PhD students. We also do offer university scholarships if you're still wanting to apply for Sheffield but you don't manage to get the funding from Annie. For master's study, we have scholarships that are worth a 25% discount in the tuition fees. An application is required for that scholarship, or we have other scholarships where you can gain a discount of up to £2,500. All of the information about funding with Annie and from the university itself is located, information is on our website. In terms of our entry requirements, we would look for typically for students to come onto a master's or a PhD with us with a grade of 9 out of 12. This will vary per course and there may be some subject specific requirements. So if you do have any questions, the best place to go to first of all is the web pages. And if you want to ask anything else, please do get in touch with me. In terms of how to apply, you make your application through our online application portal. It is free to make an application and you can apply to up to 3 different subjects or PhDs at one time. Here's the information about the supporting documents that you need to upload. I will say that you don't need to have completed your undergraduate or master's level study or your English at the time of application, but you will need to have completed that before you begin your studies at Sheffield. In addition to those supporting documents, if you are applying for a PhD, you will also need to send in your research proposal. Here's just a screenshot of our web pages of what your research proposal is. So we want to know a little bit more about what you want to research, why you want to do it, and why is it relevant. Again, all of the information on the application process can be found online. And finally, if you do want to get in touch, not with myself, but to speak to one of our current students to find out what it is really like in Sheffield, you can connect with our student ambassadors online. We have an online chat platform where you can go and speak to them, ask them any questions about student life, about their academic experiences. They're really there to help you, and feel free to connect with us on social media too. So thank you very much, everyone. I'll hand it back over to Anna now. If you do want to make an appointment with me, you can just scan the QR code there, and my email address is also on the screen as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you very much for your presentation. We're running out of time now, so we'll go straight into the next presentation and we'll leave any questions that may arise at the end. Vamos a dejar las preguntas para el final porque estamos ya cerca de la finalización. Así que vamos a dar paso a la última presentación del día de hoy. The next presentation is for the University of Dundee. Paul McBean. Welcome, Paul. Floor is yours.
Hi there, thank you very much. So I'll be presenting today in English as my Spanish is not very good at all, so I do apologise. Yeah, thank you for everybody for joining. My name is Paul McBean. I am the Senior International Officer and Regional Lead for the Americas here at Dundee. I'm aware we're a wee bit short of time, so today I will try and just give you an overview of Dundee and do encourage anyone to get in touch should they have any questions and want to find out more about the specifics. So Dundee is a university founded back in 1881 with links at that time to the University of St Andrews. Today, the university is an independent institution, home to around 17,000 students, where about 1 in 5 of our students come from overseas. We are particularly strong in research, like the other institutions who join us today, with a great emphasis on a wide range of research areas, including life sciences, medical sciences, science and engineering, as well as some of the humanities and energy law. We have 1-year master's programmes that are delivered both as a mixture of taught programmes and solely by research, as well as the opportunity to do 3-year PhDs. The city of Dundee is the 4th largest city in Scotland. We are home to around 170,000 people in Dundee. It's a student-focused city with about 1 in 7 of the population coming from the kind of education background. We have 2 universities and a college in the city. Dundee is here in this red dot, so we are in the east coast of Scotland, about an hour north of Edinburgh, an hour and a half northeast of Glasgow, and about 5 hours by train to London. The nearest airports, Dundee does have a small regional airport. We do have airport access as well for further afield in Glasgow, Edinburgh and Aberdeen. One of the benefits of studying in Dundee is that it's a city with all the amenities of a major city, but also with great access to the outdoors. So today, with the weather being a little chilly and a bit cold and wintry, it's been great driving through the countryside and seeing all the mountains covered in snow, as well as the river, looking very nice, and the beaches, but also people outside walking, catching catching the sunshine in the cold weather. This university campus is split over two sites. We have our main city centre campus, which is about 5-10 minutes walk to downtown, as well as our medical campus, which is about a 15-minute bus journey to the city centre. The main campus is home to everything other than medical sciences and has around 14,000 students at any one point studying. As you can see, Dundee is quite a compact city, so very easy to explore and get to know the local area. This here just gives you a list of some of the areas that we have agreements with Annie. So as you can see, everything including renewable energies, animal and human health, environment, biodiversity, as well as some of our biotech and nanotech. What I would encourage any applicants or any students interested in finding out more about this is to reach out over email, or do check our website for more information on the types of programs we do offer. So what I've done here is just list some of the modules and some of the programs that we offer at master's level that kind of tie in with some of the kind of agreement areas with Annie. What I would say, as I said, is just get in touch, do get in, have a look at the website, and this will give you more information. As you can see, we have quite a comprehensive listing of programs under most of the areas, and hopefully this will tie in with your own. In our life sciences and biological sciences, that's where some of our biggest interest comes from overseas. I thought I would take a particular focus on this just to show you how we can tie in with some of our research areas, but also whereabout some of our students kind of collaborate with industry. So obviously over the last couple of years, companies like Pfizer and AstraZeneca have become very well known due to their work around COVID-19 and the vaccines. As well as collaborating with industry, and as well as doing research in very, very high level and very important kind of areas like Parkinson's and cancer, we also have a number of companies that have been set up through these areas. So these are some of the spin-out companies that have been enabled through collaboration with the university, studying at the university. So depending on particular career goals of any of you wishing to join Dundee, you will hopefully see there's opportunities to get involved in quite a broad range of areas. In terms of our programs, as I mentioned, our one-year masters are the most common kind of programs we see applications coming from Uruguay. We have the postgraduate top programs, where you can see we have semester 1 and 2, focusing on classes, modules that have maybe some lecture and tutorial time as well as lab time, and then that summer research project that typically will last 13 weeks. In some instances, we may have work being done on projects in semester 2 in preparation. For other areas, we have those fully research focused programs with 12 months of research. They are good opportunities should you be interested in further studies such as PhDs, and are a good kind of way to kind of test the water. As you can see, our focus for our postgraduate students covers a few different areas. We want programs that are designed to equip you with the skills that employers are looking for. So helping you come in, upskill with one eye on how do I use my time studying in Scotland and studying at Dundee to build a successful career. We also want courses that reflect current research themes relevant to human health and crops, for instance, and life sciences. And that research is output of what is relevant to our subject area. It's very common regardless of the programme. So in terms of our energy programs, we're doing a lot around energy transition and carbon capture and moving to clean and green energies. With some of our engineering programs, it's how do we build and how do we interact with the local area, and how do we interact with the ecosystem and have as minimal impact as possible. We also want you to learn from world-class researchers and gain from their experience. We want you to build that experience and feel comfortable collaborating with people who are truly leaders in their field. And as well as that, we want you to experience labs and facilities that are, state of the art, using the technology that is not only important today, but will, be important tomorrow, and at the cutting edge of those research facilities. So this here just gives you a few kind of ideas of some of what our recent graduates have done. Now, because of some of the emphasis on the life sciences that we see with students interested in the Annie Scholarship, I thought I would highlight some of the kind of COVID-related things. But if you go onto our alumni pages, if you check out our Facebook and check out Twitter and LinkedIn, you'll see a load of different stories from applicants and alumni and what they're doing now. Hopefully that will help you inspire your own journey to studying in the UK. So thank you very much. I appreciate it's a bit of a whistle-stop tour. So my details are here, and please do get in touch with me directly, or you can check out the university social media platforms for more information. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everyone. ¿Tenemos algunas preguntas? Si no hay preguntas, igual quedan los contactos hechos. Si tienen alguna consulta en particular para alguno de nuestros panelistas, lo pueden hacer por correo. Quedan estas presentaciones en el sitio web de ANI. Vamos a tener más presentaciones a lo largo de esta semana y todas van a estar disponibles. Así que bueno, les agradecemos mucho la presencia. Thank you to our 4 panelists, Paul, Fernando, Anita, and Tony. Thank you very much for sharing the information with us. These presentations that we will be doing for the whole week will be on our website. And any questions, people have your contact details, they can get in touch with you directly. So thank you very much for joining us today. And we'll keep in touch.
Thank you. Bye.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Chao, gracias.
Bueno,
Thank you very
hasta
much.
luego. Chao, que esté bien. Felices fiestas.
Igualmente, gracias.
Chao.